And now for our other Christmas in July review, and it's for a show I had limited access to as a kid. Superhuman Samurai Syber-Squad. Saban wasn't the only company that brought tokusatsu shows to the US, because DiC Entertainment also got in on that with this series. Originally called Gridman, the Hyper Agent by Tsuburaya Productions and Ultracom Inc., its general premise is best described with its new and memorable opening.
The evil Kilo Khan lives inside computer circuits. With the help of Malcolm Frink, he creates megavirus monsters to attack electronic systems. Meanwhile, a freak accident turns Sam Collins into Servo. His friends join forces in their samurais attack vehicles. Together they transform into the Superhuman Samurai Syber-Squad.
Now, of course, with DiC, their version of the series has the kind of humor that wouldn't be out of place in Saved by the Bell, even if it's still hammier and sillier than even Power Rangers. Gridman had some differences that I might bring up, but the main thing to know is that it and Samurai Syber-Squad both lasted for one season. There are some really stupid turns from DiC in how it adapted the original series, but we'll get to that. As much as it would be fun to cover the whole series, I only have time to cover the 2 Christmas episodes they did. Both episodes were on a VHS tape I once owned labeled The Glitch That Stole Christmas, and its full footage is available on YouTube. There's even that promo trailer for Gargoyles, which is fitting, since Buena Vista Home Video was related to Disney and all that. Anyway, let's kick things off with the first episode, Do Not Reboot Until Christmas. These Christmas episodes were directed by Adam Weisman and written by Jim Moggen and Mark Zaslav. We open with main character Sam, played by Matthew Lawrence, talking to his girlfriend Jennifer on the phone about the gifts they're getting everyone for Christmas. That thing on his wrist allows him to enter the computer and become Servo, aka Gridman in the original. Sam's Japanese counterpart in the original is a boy named Naoto, and while both wear these wrist devices that let them become their respective hero, the original show's Gridman was also his own character who needed Naoto to help fight monsters. I'll go over Sam's friends in a bit, but we do know that he's getting one a football, another a sound card, and finally...
For Aunt I figured that the wildlife possum aquarium would be my best bet.
Jennifer got Sam something too, but she obviously won't tell him what it is. And Sam has a habit of peeking. How is she not broken up with him? Anyway, there is a charity event that she's a part of, and he has something for that.
I got this really cool water pistol.
The hell kind of water pistol is that to be in a long, narrow box?
Hey, big brother!
Oh yeah, Sam has a younger sister named Liz, voiced by Kath Soucie, who we never actually see. I'd be fine with not using child actors, but if you're not going to have the character be present, maybe don't have that character at all. Speaking of characters, we also have Jennifer's friend Yolanda, who is the daughter of Principal Pratchard, played by the late John Wesley, who was also in an episode of The Fresh Prince of Bel-Air. There's also cafeteria lady Mrs. Starkley, played by Diana Bellamy, who's one of my favorite characters in this series. It's probably due to her humor coming from a sour attitude.
Oh! Not to imply any criticism on this most festive of holiday seasons, but isn't it supposed to be ho, ho, ho?
It's a week till C-Day, Bucky. I don't want to peak too soon.
Now for Sam's friends, first we have Sydney, played by Robin Mary Florence, a tech genius and the lone girl of the group. Tanker, played by Kevin Costro, the school jock who has a thing for Sid, and Amp, played by Troy Slatton, who's the certified weirdo of the school who's meant to be funny.
An 8x10 autographed glossy of Wayne Newton. No kid should be without one. Oh no, it's Santa Claus, and he's a week early.
Also, for reasons that'll make sense, I would compare him to Mikitaka from JoJo Part 4, and Amp would later get replaced by some surfer guy named Lucky. Finally, Sam's bandmates are meant to be stand-ins for Yuka and Epe from Gridman.
Oh dear, it's the 3 wise men. Larry, Moe, and Sydney.
I guess someone just got out of acting class. This is Malcolm, played by Glenn Buden. our main villain, who's the stand-in for Takashi from Gridman. But while Takashi was more of an introvert with social issues, Malcolm is just a full-on asshole. In this story, he hates Christmas and doesn't want any of the joy it brings. Sam then comes in, he brought a mistletoe hat, which works exactly as you'd expect.
Don't I get a smooch?
Hey, your stubble tickles.
Happy holidays, hotshot.
Yeah, as much as these Christmas episodes had problems, there are still good moments to take away. Malcolm leaves, and Jennifer warns Sam to stay away from her locker or else. Over at Malcolm's apartment, we see Malcolm in the middle of backing up data on pretty much all the fight footage from this entire series, along with the one and only
Meat Thing! What are you doing?
Kilo-Con, the best character in this series, and who's voiced by Tim Curry. He's pretty much the same as his Japanese counterpart, Dark Lord Khan Digifer. He takes offense to Malcolm backing up his data, which will be important later, but otherwise this leads to a funny little talk about how similar Servo is to the idea of Christmas.
Christmas. A strange seasonal observance where a large fat meat thing flies about the world in a red garment.
Servo. A strange computer program that flies about the grid in a red garment and kicks our butts.
When these two are bouncing off each other, the dialogue is at its best, even if Malcolm is doing all he can to chew the scenery. When Malcolm complains about always losing to Servo, Kilo-Con has an idea. Create an ordinary-looking virus that puts a tracker on Servo once it loses. But to get Servo's attention, Malcolm wants to plant the virus in a battery component device located in one of the gifts inside the school's charity box.
Then, at midnight, the circuit towers are demolished and the gifts go up in an explosion. We track Servo. The school is fried and everything is blamed on Christmas.
Or they just blame it on the asshole who decided to bomb their school. That can happen any time of year. But off it goes. Like in the original, Malcolm makes viruses for Kilo-Con to bring to life. Servo would track down those viruses, and then we get our usual fight. Given the visuals, it would make sense that they travel through the electrical grid to enter the digital world or whatever. But how could the virus end up in a wireless device like a toy? Maybe it's a cell signal thing, but this just seems like a plot hole. Speaking of digital world, it's something that's probably better explained in Gridman. That's where the Gridman character lives, even if he originally came from outer space. Like any tokusatsu, there are still costumed actors breaking down large sets, which I guess are meant to be circuits or electronic components that can disrupt devices and networks. For example, corrupting the circuit towers can lead to changing the tone of a person's voice?
Did that come out of me?
You sound so weird, and so do I.
But if these things are circuits, could you see the monsters even if they're super small? Like if I opened up the toy this was in, would I be able to do this to them? Anyway, back over at school.
All clear.
You can't just break into someone's locker like this. It's burglary.
Look, I know this is a little crazy, but it's my gift, isn't it?
If someone wrote down what you're about to do in the Am I the Asshole subreddit, they're gonna get dogpiled. So Sam finds the gift right as Jennifer shows up. Oops.
Sam, what?
All clear.
This is, gift for the presents for the poor.
Oh, really? Oh, that's great. Thanks, you're the best. I'll go put this in the pile right away.
I refuse to believe she got tricked. Clearly she's f***ing with him as a form of punishment. One commercial break later, we see Sam and crew sneaking into the school at night. They find the charity box, but Mrs. Starkley is here, because she sleeps in the school. She threatens to turn them in, but after Sam explains why he and his friends are here, she decides to let them off the hook.
Oh, the damage is already done. Just make it fast. I gotta get my beauty sleep.
The pay must be crap if you have to sleep in a school. They find the present, but Sam's wrist device senses the virus. Sid confirms it with her laptop, that she always seems to carry, and learns something else.
The place is gonna explode in 4 minutes if we don't stop it.
How do you know that, just from looking at that screen? Also, while our villains were hoping this thing would get noticed, that's only because they think Servo always knows where to go when really it's due to plot convenience. If Sam wasn't an idiot and left things as they were, the school would have exploded and Mrs. Starkly would have died. Anyway, time for Sam to act.
Let's samurai's, guys!
And it shouldn't take more than a couple seconds to enter where the virus is, but whatever. Less than 4 minutes remain. Time to fight! Yeah, no matter how you slice it, this is just fun. I should note that Gridman has a lot of Ultraman influences, which is natural for a Subaraya production. Even Gridman's design resembles an Ultraman, which includes the ability to grow big and fight giant monsters. I'm not an Ultraman expert, so I don't know how different Gridman is when relying on digital or flash effects for certain attacks or movements. It's at least more reliant on those effects than Super Sentai was at this point in time. But despite his quick movements and attacks, Servo starts getting smoked by the virus's twin tail blasters. Sid decides to send Tanker in with one of the special assist weapons they have, Drago. In the original, these things were just regular weapons that our heroes can send to help Gridman, but here, I guess it's a way to give the friend characters more to do. Each character has their own entry catchphrase.
Pump up the power!
Let's kick some gigabytes!
And Amp just says whatever funny line he can think of.
With the cherry on top!
3 for $1. Right, makes mine.
With seconds to spare, our heroes stop the bomb from exploding. They restore the circuit towers and head on back, unaware that Servo now has a tracker on him. Before they leave, Sam returns the present to the locker and hopefully Jennifer won't notice. He learned that it's not worth peeking anymore. Merry Christmas, everyone! As for our villains, Kilo-kan confirms that Servo is indeed located in this very town.
And when we do, we shall destroy him. Mister.
You're probably thinking they'll just unleash a nasty virus onto our heroes next. Yeah, about that. Knowing where the heroes are is a big deal, no matter how many enemies they defeat, so there's only one reason for all this setup, and we'll get our answer from the title of Part 2, Kilo is coming to town. Now, before anything, Kilo-kan says they need more power to accurately pinpoint Servo's location. And how's that gonna happen?
You are going to decorate.
Merry Christmas, put up more lights. Merry Christmas, put up more lights.
Yeah, so the plan is to get everyone in school to somehow put up more Christmas lights. I don't know why you couldn't just extend that to the neighborhood, because I'm sure plenty of adults would want to help. Hell, I hear the Griswolds are going all out with their lights this year. But Malcolm has to be cheap about all this.
Here, now hand out those flyers.
Here you go. Thanks for the bucks, sucker!
You just wait till I report you to your parole officer. I'll hunt you down to the ends of the earth.
Pratchett sees this and wants to get Malcolm more involved by doing this to the neighborhood, much to his dismay. Oh, and Sam's having his friends over, and Jennifer is going to attend.
Now about that present.
You didn't learn a damn thing, did you? Kilo-kan, somehow, is seeing what's happening and gloats about what he intends to do. Care to guess?
Then
I will destroy Servo and his subroutines.
I am terribly sorry to say, I will have to destroy the Malcolm meat thing as well.
So, yeah, Kilo-kan intends to take matters into his own hands. This series has 53 episodes to Gridman's 39. This is episode 37. We're over halfway through the series, and they decided to put the climactic battle against the big bad here? And not at the end of the series like the original did? Just, wow. They must have really wanted a second season if they thought they could make their 2 Christmas episodes super important by having the final boss battle now. But that's ridiculous because we're already at a point where the show is recycling stock footage. So now you want to move the story forward before you have to? This is why this 2-parter stuck with me all these years. What started as a silly Christmas story about Sam needing to learn about not to be an idiot escalates into a vital world-ending event as Kilo-kan is about to power up and take on our heroes. It's a short-sighted narrative decision that makes these episodes important while hampering any chance of emotional payoff down the line. Anyway, Sid notices something odd with the grid, but that's as far as she goes, because now it's time for the town to light up.
2, 1, hit it!
And a Happy New Year. And don't forget our...
Oops, guess he overdid it.
It's working. I can feel the grid expanding. My power increasing.
You know it's serious because he looks sharper and more menacing. He travels to their computer and zaps them, or rather blue-screened their brains or something, before identifying Sam as Servo and immediately zaps him too. Just kidding! Kilo-Khan blabs about how he's not too different from Malcolm and plans to kill him too, before Sam unplugs the computer. He rushes over to Malcolm's apartment, because he knows where the bully lives I guess, to warn him about what's coming. And this is how Malcolm figures out our hero's secret.
The servo program! That's what this is! You're Servo?
You know, it would be a big deal for Sam to be discovered if he forgot to hide that after being in such a rush. Except there were times where the damn thing is in clear view and no one else notices or cares. Not even Malcolm. And with Kilo-Khan sifting through all that footage, he should have figured this out long ago. Malcolm doesn't believe that Kilo-Khan would kill him, but the big bad shows up and, surprise, surprise, tries to do exactly that. Sam gets Malcolm to safety before deciding he needs to face Kilo-Khan head on, even if the odds are stacked against him.
But he's going to kill you and then he's going to kill me! Don't you get it? You're dead already!
Nani? Well, this operation goes south as Jennifer shows up, which distracts Sam long enough to get him zapped as well. But before he dies, he passes his wrist device to Malcolm and tells him to hit the cord and call Servo.
How pathetic. I am not going to even bother destroying you at the moment. You are too insignificant.
You're just saying that because you can't exert any power when a blanket obstructs you. Malcolm decides to do something and somehow, even though Kilo-Khan was clearly on screen, he gets inside the servo program to get it working. Jennifer has no idea what's going on, but no time to explain. Malcolm discovers that the program is sound activated and hits that cord.
What's supposed to happen?
It's already happened, Malcolm.
Sam?
I think I was digitized into the wrist communicator, then ported into the system.
Yeah, that makes sense. So basically Sam's mind is completely erased and there's no way to retrieve it. He accepted his fate as the cyber superhero he's meant to be, and even forgives Malcolm because he just fell into the wrong crowd. Of course. In any case, Kilo-Khan senses what's going on and makes his way over. I should note that in Gridman, Khan didn't need any extra power to do this. He just gets mad at Takashi for always failing and hijacks his computer, where he then wreaks havoc on all of Japan's computer systems while also trying to enter the real world. It's especially creepy when the ensuing fight causes thorns to grow out of Takashi's computer and do other things. In fact, most of the fight starts out in that one computer before jumping all over the course of 2 episodes. For this series, though, everything is supposedly taking place inside Sam's computer. Whatever virus crap Kilo-Khan's done is confined to it and nowhere else. With all that said, how does the fight look?
How about a touch of Ray, Servo?
I'm to end this now.
Well, it's not bad. Just can't get over that this is happening on Christmas of all days. Also, what are these spotlights? One other thing is that in Gridman, the title character comes from a place called Hyperworld and was sent to arrest Khan, causing the big bad to flee into the computer world. Is the computer world similar to the Cybers from Yu-Gi-Oh! Vrains? Is it a place where digital people exist? Or is it like Digimon? If there was an explanation, it's not here. This show just needed a cool setting for the flashy fight. Malcolm sends in the shield program, which can also summon a sword. I recall one time where the shield reconfigured itself into a sword, but this is the first time I'm seeing the sword appeared separately.
You call that a sword? Let me show you a sword.
You call that a knife? This is a knife!
But even that's not enough, as eventually both get destroyed by laser beams, We then come to the part where all the circuit towers handling the assist weapons start getting destroyed, so there's no backup for our hero in this final battle. Servo's running out of power, so as a last resort, he tries leaping back to a corrupted tower to purify and or destroy all of Kilo Khan's raw data there. But Kilo Khan intercepts our hero, and Servo tells Malcolm to reboot the computer because that could take out the big bad. And our hero along with him.
You are a hero, Sam. I wish we could have been friends.
Hey, we are.
This would mean something, if not for what happens. And by rebooting, I mean he sends some kind of white energy thing to Servo for one final attack. In Gridman, Takashi would repent for what he did and create the Grid Hyper Beam. It makes more sense in Gridman since when I think of a reboot, I think just turning the computer off and on or something like that. Not like what's about to happen here.
Goodbye, Kilo Khan. I'm crashing your system.
And that's the end of him. Yep, no more Kilo Khan. In the original, it looks like Gridman was destroyed, but he survived. He gets Naoto back to his friends before announcing that he's going home because his job is done. In Syber-Squad, it ends differently.
Whether I can even go back to my body. But whatever happens, it's time to samurais, guys!
And I'm not joking. Everyone who passed out wakes up, including Sam, and has no memory of what happened recently. Sam, as Servo, somehow rebooted everybody's brains, including Malcolm and Jennifer's. All that progress that was done to make Malcolm atone for his actions is just thrown away as he goes home, finds Kilo Khan gone, and uses the backup program that he made earlier to bring him back.
Greetings, meat thing. Merry Christmas. The end. No L.
I know that standards for children's entertainment differ in Japan, but I feel like the original at least had a good lesson about the power of friendship and how it's never too late to do the right thing. From looking at how Takashi is in that series, any sympathy for him feels undeserved. But by the end, he tries to do the right thing, and he even gets a little attention in a later series. Here, it would have been really nice to end the series on Malcolm turning over a new leaf and becoming a friend to everyone. And during Christmas too, no less. And if Kilo Khan really had to come back, he could have done that on his own. But because of the widespread mind wipe, all that character development they spent working on these 2 episodes went down the drain. And no, Sam saying that deep down Malcolm's not such a bad guy isn't gonna cut it. You had something worthwhile, and you blew it!
We hope you've enjoyed No Moral Theater, ladies and gentlemen.
It's a shame because honestly, the first part of the special was pretty fun. It was a silly Christmas-themed episode that teaches about patience and needing to respect the privacy of your friends. But the story overextends into becoming a finale when it had no business being one, and the execution of that idea was also not the best. Sure, it never hurts to deviate from the original footage and source material to tell a new story or explore new themes, and at the bare minimum, it's always fun watching tokusatsu series with the monster suit fights and stunt work, but deciding between this or Power Rangers, I'm easily preferring the latter. I'm sure that Syber-Squad has its moments if I have the time to look for them, but the Christmas episodes highlight the pitfalls of adapting a Japanese property for an American audience, because what started as something decent could also turn into a mess. I'm the Media Hunter. Media is my prey, and reviewing them my way.
Superhuman samurai.
And